Hi and welcome to this week's vlog. I'm sorry I'm starting in the car, but this morning I've just been to the hygienist. I love our dentist and hygienist. We have such interesting chats, sharing dress notes, book notes, all sorts of things. Really, really lovely. And I go to the hygienist every 6 months. I don't have to go every 6 months. I could just go once a year, but I like to just make sure that I'm keeping on top of my teeth. I think it's important, really important. So I go every 6 months and see her and have a good clean, a good natter, and come away with sparkling teeth. So I've just done that. We're talking about dresses. This is my favourite dress of the moment, which you've probably, I don't think I've talked about it that much, but I have worn it quite a lot. Wore it a lot in America. It's from Me and M, and it's this denim dress, and then I don't know if you can see, it's got this sort of bit around here, and I don't know, it is slightly cooler today, so I've got a cardi with me and I have just put it on because I felt slight chill. My hair's grown quite a lot. I think I need to have it cut again. I think the hairdresser's is coming in a couple of weeks, and we have had a busy weekend at home. Just quite a lot of sorting out jobs. There are lots of things like over the summer holidays that I haven't done because I wanted to sort of be around for the children and was prioritizing things. So it was basically catching up on stuff, and had a massive sort out in the hay barn of all the horses' rugs, and I'm going to stay with a friend who has got their first little pony, so I've got a whole load of pony stuff ready to take when I go and see them in a couple of weeks' time. So I just had a big sort out over the weekend, which actually felt really good. It's always a good thing. And then on Monday morning at the hygienist, horses all done, and I've got them in during the day at the moment and out at night, so I have mucked out the fields. There are so many midges and stuff in the evening that actually it's easier to do it first thing, so I've got all of that done, and then showered to come here. I've still got the roofers at home, and so I have popped what am I trying to say? No, we've still got the roofers at home, and I chatted to them this morning. They need some more paint, so I need to pop. That's what I'm trying to say. I need to pop and get more paint this morning, which is slightly irritating. I hadn't factored that in. I was going to be cooking for my members club. Hopefully I'll still have time to get a few recipes filmed for them for October. I can't believe we're already on October's content, and it's a little bit too warm to wear October-y clothes filming in the kitchen, so I'm not quite sure what I'm going to put on. I may just stay in this dress with my cardigan and apron if I can bear it in the kitchen. We'll see, we will see. So I'm going to try and get a couple of recipes filmed for them, and that's sort of today really. Just, yeah, I might ride later. I'm just going to see how the timing goes because I've got school run to do, and so I need to turn the horses out, muck out their stables, and do the school run. So I'm not sure I'm going to have time to ride Colin as well, but we will just see. So I am going to drive down to Brewers to get some more paint for the builders, and then do my Monday food shop. So I've just got yeah, like basics to get. Anyway, I am prattling to you. Pretty boring start to this week's vlog, giving you a little bit of an update and a bit of a catch up, but I'm going to pop my audiobook on. So I am listening to Forever Young by Dr. Mark Hyam, and actually my aunt recommended it, and I just don't really have time to read books, to be perfectly honest. I love reading books, but time is limited, so I mainly restrict book reading to holidays, and Audible is my best friend, absolutely my best friend. So I'm listening to Forever Young on Audible, and really enjoying it. I love like educating myself through books and podcasts, and like using my time wisely, like listening to Lucinda's audiobook Nobody is Broken, It's an audiobook and a physical book, but listening to that, I learnt so much. Like a whole load of things fell into place by listening to that, and I get so much out of it. And I have a lot of time where I'm either driving, pushing a wheelbarrow around, or cleaning, where I can listen to things. And I try as much as possible to listen to things aloud, rather than on earphones, because they're not great for you. So, you know, when I'm pushing a wheelbarrow around, or I'm, you know, cleaning and folding laundry, I can just listen to it, because I do have quite a lot of time during the day on my own, which I like having the company. And rather than just listening to music and it just all being a little bit mindless, I love listening to something that I get a lot out of as well. Those are my shopping bags behind me. Actually, Simon and I did a really useful job yesterday, and I will show it. I should have vlogged it for you, but I was looking so revolting. I literally had been in the hay barn clearing out all these rugs and having a big sort out, and I was disgusting. So yeah, greasy hair, baseball cap, and covered basically in cobwebs. And I thought, no, I was like, no, you guys don't need to see me like that. But we've got this really, really, really clever cover for the boot by from a company called Up and Over, and I'll leave them linked down below. We used them before with my Discovery, and it just keeps the boot, or the seats. We had it across the back seats for the children when they were younger. And you know, we do long car journeys. It's not realistic for us to say you can't eat in the car, because it just didn't work for us with 3 children. So having seat covers that you could take off and wash were really handy. But the boot one is a wipe down, and it has got it's velcroed on all around, so I can have Lola in the boot. I can put a bale of hay or straw in the boot and not worry about it. I can put the dog in there, I can put all of the horse stuff in there, and it not ruined. So that was a really good job done. I literally yesterday, I wrote a list and I just went boom, 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 boom. And it's such a good feeling when you get to the end of the day and you have made serious progress with your to-do list. I'm a big to-do list girl, and I did that last week when Gus went back to school on Thursday. I wrote a really long to-do list of literally everything that I needed to do, people I needed to email, invoices that I needed to do, all sorts of things that I needed to get done. I just wrote a list and then just worked my way through it, and it's such a good feeling, because otherwise, I don't know if you're the same, you get to, like, I don't know, you might be upstairs brushing your teeth, getting ready for bed, and be like, oh, I didn't do that thing. Whereas if it's on a list, you can see it, you know it's there. And then when things pop into your mind of, I need to do that, however trivial it might be, like you need to call somebody, you need to email somebody about a prescription that you've been putting off for ages. One of my things on my to-do list was the form for my mammogram, and that is on my list for this week. I need to book it in. And it's just about getting these things that like aren't essential, gotta do right now, but are like, a mammogram is a really important thing to do, but you can easily like push it to one side and be like, oh, I'll deal with that next week, and then next week you forget about it, and then in a month's time you're like, oh, I still haven't booked in. Just do it. That Nike slogan, just do it. So anyway, I am going to pop my audiobook on and go and get the paint and stop prattling to you guys. Today's going quite to plan. I got to Brewers in Chichester and they didn't have it. I couldn't believe it. I went all that way, and I got caught up in the last of the Goodwood Revival traffic. So the traffic was pretty hideous, and I got stuck in it. So yes, that was a complete waste of quite a long time. I'm just going to put some lip gloss on. Oh, this one's in the buff. Hang on, and this one might be New Romantic. I can't remember when I was talking about these, but they're basically very, very, very similar colour. I think I prefer New Romantic, but sometimes they don't have it, and I've ended up with both shades in my handbag. But anyway, popped a bit of that on. So I've now driven to Horsham to get the paint, and I couldn't coincide it with the school run, which is really annoying. So anyway, that is what's happened. Some more of my diaries also arrived when I got back from my unsuccessful paint mission. So I have wrapped up some orders to post those of the last orders of my diary planner. I do have some more back in stock, and there's been a little bit of a wait for them. They're bespoke, they're a bespoke size. I mean, obviously they're all bespoke printed to me, but they're a bespoke size, so they take slightly longer to print. So there has been a little delay with sending those out. So I apologise, but the second they were there, I quickly wrapped those orders, and I'm going to drop the paint at home and then go to the post office. And I'm not going to be filming today. It's not going to happen. And it's not looking like tomorrow's going to happen either, because I've got various things happening at awkward times, which means that my cooking slot is compromised. I might get a little bit done in the morning. We will see, hopefully, because I hate getting behind. Anyhow, I'm going to drop the paint with the roofers, and actually really exciting, one of them has just agreed to paint the third chimney, because one is looking amazing, the other one is almost looking amazing, the other one looks hideous. And Simon popped back at lunchtime too, and has sweet talked them into painting that one too. So it will look a lot better. The whole house has got to be painted, inside and outside, but the chimneys is a start, because they were really lowering the tone, looking super, super scruffy. Lowering the tone's the wrong expression, but I can't think of the right one at the moment. So I'm going to go and drop the paint back, and then go to the post office and post my orders. So unexpectedly, I've had quite a lot of time in the car today, listening to my book, which I don't mind. Anyway, I'm going to head off and deliver this paint. I've given up on today. I got back with the paint and the roofers had left. Anyway, it's fine. I've got the paint for them for tomorrow, and actually I couldn't get it tomorrow morning anyway, so it's fine. One job done. But orders all posted, so I'm up to date with them, which is a big, big, big relief. And I do have my diary and planner in stock now, which is excellent news. So I will leave that linked down below, because they have been flying out like hotcakes, which is very, very exciting. So I have got Hooch with me, a riderless Hooch. Keeping Coco's pony fit while she's at school. She has such long days, and she's so tired when she gets back that it's difficult for her to ride after school. She can, but more than once a week is too much, and actually the light is beginning to go in the evenings quite quickly. So I thought, you know what, I shall just take Hooch along with me on a hack with Colin. So that is what we are doing, killing two birds with one stone. And I thought I'd get a quick ride in before mucking out their stables, turning them out. Hopefully time for a really quick change, so I don't have to go to school in my stinky horse gear and go and pick up Gus. So we're back on that kind of treadmill of go, 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 go. But anyway, it's fine. It's fine. I've been quite productive today. I've got all the ingredients ready that I need tomorrow to get cooking and filming for my members club. So that is good. I'm not doing all the recipes in one go. I'm just doing a couple tomorrow, and I'm all organised for it. So I'm quite pleased about that. It's a little bit warm. I am wearing my gilet because I like to be able to have my phone and my keys and things in my pocket, and I didn't have time to put my belt on with my bum bag, so I just quickly thought, you know what, wear your gilet, get hot and roasty, it's fine. And actually I need to get a slightly smarter gilet. I've realised quite how scruffy this one is, but anyway, that is on my wish list. Right, I'm going to concentrate on these two, have a little trot, and probably chat to you tomorrow now. I have just done lower body with Lee. She's doing a back to school challenge this week, and she's live at 7 o'clock. When the children are back at school, that is tricky. So I got up at 6 and I did yesterday's this morning. So I've started the day strong. Now I need to get children up, breakfast, and then go up and do the horses. But I'm really, really, really enjoying being back doing my workouts. Feel so much better for it. I'm feeling a lot stronger already in just like 10 days, which is amazing. So hopefully that encourages you to get doing something, even if it's just a walk. Just, you know, a bit of yoga, a bit of stretching, a bit of something that you enjoy. Do it because you feel so much better for it. Anyway, I'm going to go and get children ready for school, and then I'll take you out to the yard. It looks like it's rained overnight, which I think is a good thing. We needed a bit of rain, but the weather has turned from the heat wave that we've had to slightly cooler, which I'm not gonna lie, I love the warm weather, but it was quite difficult last week to get very much done. And I'm kind of in that back to school mode of autumn and getting cozy, thinking about autumn things rather than absolutely pouring with sweat because it's 30 whatever degrees. At a couple of points last week, my car registered 37. Okay, it was sat in the sun. Once I got going and driving, the temperature like dropped down to 33, 34. But 37, that is pretty something for September in England. Anyway, I'm going to get the children ready for school. And here is little Billy, sheltering from Lorraine. It's a little bit of a soggy morning here. Well, I didn't take you up to do the horses with me because it was pouring with rain. It's still pouring with rain. The roofers have been crashing around. I think even they've retreated at the moment. It's pretty miserable. Autumn is here, guys, and I have just been sitting doing a bit of work on my laptop. So I had my live with my dinner party course this morning, which went pretty well apart from the dogs barking and the roofers. I had literally one making noise that side and one making noise that side of me. Yes, it was a little distracting, but it went well. I love doing my courses. I've got lots of online courses now that are available. They're linked on my website, so check those out if you'd like to learn how to do stuff with me. I literally take you step by step through everything with video tutorials that you can just listen to. You don't have to stop and watch. You can just listen to me prattling on, and then you get PDF notes. And if it's a cookery course, then you have all the recipes. I have my efficient home course. So if you want to get efficient in September, get organised, then that is a great course. I am literally been typing up some recipes. I need to film what I was going to film yesterday, but while they're crashing around, I'm not going to do that. So I'm just doing all the bits that I can do while they're making noise, and then I will get filming and get going. But I'm just catching up on emails and a bit of admin and typing up recipes and all of that jazz at the moment, while I've got a large mug of hot water with a squeeze of lemon. Didn't even have a slice of ginger today, but this is keeping me hydrated while I work. I find when I'm back doing my workouts regularly, I need to up my water intake dramatically. So that is what I'm doing. I have got somebody phoning me, so I will chat to you a little later. Oh boy, I think it's going to be one of those weeks. I haven't got very much done today. There's been banging, noises, interruptions. I filmed one video for my members club for October. I was planning on filming like 3 or 4 by now. But anyway, it's all going to be fine. I keep saying we'll all be fine. I'm up in the yard. These guys all need to be turned out and have their stables mucked out. But this girl is bringing me a lot of joy. She's yawning. She's saying, Mama, stop talking. I've also got a very, very excited Lola who needs to be fed. But she is very sweet. She's very, very, very sweet. I'm really enjoying her. I've actually got something that hopefully is arriving in the post for her stable, which I'll share with you when it has arrived. Anyway, I am going to crack on and get this lot done. And Lola loves being up in the yard with me. She's such a sweetheart. Yes, you do, don't you? It's very exciting. It's very, very, very exciting, Mummy. Coming up and helping you do the horses. Right, let's get going. I've almost finished doing the horses. I've just got hay and water to do, but I've just come to put these girls to bed. I gave them a little bit of corn, and I don't think I've got their eggs yet today. So let's see. Oh, there are 2. I've only got 2 today. 2 eggs. Let's pop that down carefully. I have been having 3 every day, but obviously one of them's decided not to lay today, which is fine. Carefully take the eggs. I have to be careful that I don't leave them in Lola waiting behind me, in Lola's proximity, because she'll swipe them. They love an egg. Anyway, it's working really well with the hens here, and Simon is on board. He's like, I hadn't hang on. Sorry. He had forgotten how wonderful it is to have your own eggs and to have the hens, and actually they're not that much work. So the feed bin there. Right, Lola, we need to do hay. It's actually a beautiful evening. Look at the sky. I don't know if no, it's not going to come across on camera. It's a beautiful sky. Anyway, I must get my skates on because the children are going to be home from school very, very soon. So I was doing the school run and I need to feed them. Although most of their supper is ready, I've just got to cook some chicken for them. They've just pulled in, which is a perfect timing because I have finished. I realised I told you that I needed to cook some chicken, not our chickens. Don't worry, we're not eating them. It suddenly sounded a bit, oh, what's she doing? Yes, we've got some chicken that we were going to cook on the barbecue. Hang on, just turning lights off. We were going to cook it on the barbecue, however, it's not barbecue weather tonight. So I'm just going to do it, I think, in the air fryer because it is super quick, super easy, and we love the air fryer. Still in love with the air fryer. It's excellent. I wish we had got it sooner. Anyway, I'm going to go and see my little ones, and I will see you all tomorrow. This week isn't going quite to plan. I took Coco to the bus stop this morning, and so I was driving there. I was like, I'm not sure if she's booked in for the bus this morning. We're still finding our feet with the whole new school, and sure enough, she wasn't booked in for the bus, and we're sitting there waiting for the bus, and she said, Mummy, maybe check on the app if it's coming. So there is a bus app. So I went on the app, and the bus was driving in the other direction out of the town where I take her to get the bus. It's like, oh no, heart sunk. It's like, I really don't have time to do the school run today. Anyway, I've just got back, literally. I left an hour and 50 minutes ago to drop her at the bus. Anyhow, today isn't going quite to plan. I have got the vet coming in half an hour to do vaccinations for Colin, and I think Hooch, and the new horse. So that is happening now, and I was going to have done a whole load of jobs and showered and be ready for the day by the time he arrived, but no, that hasn't happened. So it's fine. I had a little talk to myself while driving. I was like, do you know what? There's nothing you can do about it. There's no point stressing. Just one step at a time. Just do what you can. That's all you can do in life, is do what you can. So anyway, I'm gonna go and crack on and get the horses mucked out, or the fields mucked out and ready, and do the hens. I called Simon, so luckily I think he's let them out, and he's done the dogs and done various other bits for me. He's taken Gus to the orthodontist. Gus is getting braces today, which I think he's really pleased about. He's been waiting a long time. He's got quite a big overbite, and he's got one of his front teeth. They have got slightly better as he has grown, but they're really like buck teeth, and so he does a funny smile when you take a picture of him, because he doesn't like to show his teeth, and actually one of his front teeth is chipped as well, and they're quite skew with. So he is getting braces, and it will be lovely to see him smile, like a confident smile, happy about his teeth, because the other two, you know what siblings are like, tease him because of his teeth, and so he has got you know, quite self-conscious about it. So this is the start of his teeth being sorted. So Si's doing that, and then Gus has got a football match this afternoon, and we've got a meeting at Coco's school this evening. So yeah, it wasn't a day for it to start off on a bad note. I don't know, I thought on Monday it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine, but actually yesterday didn't go quite to plan. Today's not going to plan either so far, but anyway, onwards and upwards, it will all be all right. I had my match this morning, and I did Lee's doing a back to school challenge this week, so I'm doing it a day behind, and this morning I did yesterday's PE, which was really good fun. I didn't get, so she does like 2 rounds, which is for the people that only have 30 minutes, or she does 3 rounds for like the 45-minuters. I only managed to get 2 rounds in because of taking Coco to the bus. But anyhow, yeah, I'm not going to have time to do the 3rd round now, but it was good. It was good to start the day on a positive. So I'm trying to get up at 6, do my workout, and then you know, do children, do school run, what have you. So I am going to go and muck out fields. First of all, I haven't even put anything on my face. I'm just going to go and put some SPF on, although it's still cloudy and not very nice weather. SPF, my cap, and my wellies, and go and push the wheelbarrow around listening to Audible. Marco, our vet, has been. Everybody's vaccinated and done. Well, actually, they're not all vaccinated. He's coming back to do Santana because she's not due yet. But anyway, the others are done, which is good. And I am just, my wheelbarrow I've left over there. I was just standing here admiring the scaffolding and the chimney. I thought I'd show you what they're doing. So I'm going to turn you around. Right, I'm going to zoom in. Look at my dahlias there. And there is the scaffolding, and one of the chimneys. You can slightly, it's the kitchen garden frame of the fruit cage is hiding the other chimney, but they have sweetly agreed to paint the 3rd chimney. I think I told you that yesterday, which is so exciting because it does look 1,000 times smarter. Coco made the point that I can now take pictures of the outside of the house, because the chimneys were the worst thing. They were really letting us down, whereas actually the whole thing looks smarter now just by fixing those. It's made a big difference, so that is excellent, and hopefully there are no more leaks. I think they have fixed all possible areas causing leaks, which is excellent, so we can let everything dry out and then redecorate inside at some point. Everything is at some point. Anyway, we'll save up for that job, but I'm going to get back to my wheelbarrow. I have just got Collinsfield, that big one, to do now, and actually because they're only out at night, it's not too bad. it's manageable. It should only take me about 20 minutes. I've given up completely on today. Simon called me and said, "Darling, I don't have time to go and watch Gus's match this afternoon, so can you go?" He was going to go today, and I was going to crack on with some work, but anyway. And I said to him, "I can't go. We agreed you were going." And then I just thought about it and thought, do you know what? Even if I rush like a maniac now, I'm still not going to get what I had planned to do done. So abandon ship. I can get a few bits done, and I'm just taking the pressure off, and it's fine. I'm just going to go slowly. And actually, I was chatting to Coco about it when I was driving her to school unexpectedly, and I said, "Do you mind if I actually work on Saturday?" And she was like, "No, Mummy, it's absolutely fine." So I think that is where I'm going to catch up on this week and just take the pressure off myself. Like, sometimes you have these plans of this is how it's going to go, and when things happen that are sort of out of your control, you just have to roll with it, and it's fine. So I'm taking Lola for a nice walk, then I'm going to jump in the shower, and actually I've got a phone meeting, so I'm probably not going to have a shower until after my meeting, and then I've got a few things I need to get done, and then I'm going to go and watch Gus's football match and be there for him, and then if I go and watch his match I can bring him home early, so that's good. And then we've got this thing at Coco's school this evening, so it will all work out. And I thought, do you know what, Lola and I can have a nice walk, and I can just have a little bit of a think. I use walking and mucking out doing the horses, if I'm not listening to an audiobook or something like that, I use it as my thinking time to kind of plan my work and what I need to get done and how to do things. And yeah, it's like sort of juggling in my brain of, right, if we can do this and we can do that, and we'll skip doing that idea, and it doesn't matter if you don't make a batch of jam, you can just pick the berries, put them in the freezer and do them when you have time, and that's all fine. So that is my plan of what I'm going to do. And I think it's learning when stressful things happen, things that you can't necessarily deal with. It's learning not to let them affect you so much that it then has a knock-on effect. Like there's no point being cross that I had to do the school run unexpectedly and I lost an hour and a half of my day. There's no point, because it's happened and we just have to roll with it. And there's no point me being irritated with Simon for saying he can't go and watch Gus's match. And if I go and watch Gus's match, I can probably bring him home at 4:30. Whereas if I don't go and watch his match, I can't get him till 6 o'clock. And I know that he would like one of us to be there and he would like to leave earlier. And that's fine. And there's no point me being irritated with Si because he's got something that has come up that he needs to do. It's about working together and putting your best foot forward. So I just thought I would get out and enjoy Lola and her company. And it's amazing seeing the seasons change and how it is getting a bit more autumnal. And something else random for you. The horses have started molting, and they started molting when the weather was really hot last week. And it's not because of, like, they're shedding their summer coats. No, they're not doing that because of the temperature has dropped. They're doing it because the light has changed. So because it is getting lighter later in the morning, and it's getting darker earlier in the evening, it's hours of daylight that make seasons change and make animals change, you know, their molting habits and things like that. It's the light, it's the daylight, not the outside temperature, which I thought, I've only just learnt that. You probably all know it, I don't know, but I've only just learnt that, and it's fascinating. I find nature incredible. Every day, maybe not every day, but often, at least once or twice a week, I'm learning new things about the great outdoors and amazing facts and, you know, healing properties of a plant and things like that. Actually, somebody asked me about rose hips, and these are rose hips, and you can make rose hip syrup, rose hip jelly, and they're full of vitamin C, which is just amazing. Anyway, I'm going to enjoy Lola and stop prattling on to you about all sorts of things. Lola, she can't work out how to get into the river. Come on, I'll show you where. I'll show you where you can get in. I'll show you. Come on. I want to have a swim. Let's go. Oh, maybe it's overgrown. Oh, you swallowed something, darling. Here. I don't know if you can get in there. Just a bit overgrown. Come on, go back. Go on. Oh, they've got a boat there. Oh, that's why you can't get in. Oh, if you go in there when you get out. Well, she's going to have to, because it's the only way. Oh, no, am I rescuing the dog? I didn't need to rescue her, but I almost did. Wasn't much of a swim. Somebody had parked their canoe where Lola normally gets in and out, and so yes, not much of a swim today, but she got a little bit wet. She loves to have a swim. Anyway, it's so beautiful, and I just find all these berries just incredible. This time of year is amazing, and then the horses in the field over there, and there's some cows beyond, so it's a feast for the eyes this morning. So our neighbours have put up this fence, and I don't know what it's for. I mean, I'm suspecting deer, possibly, but I don't know. Very high, very big gates, and I'm intrigued to see what is going to go in here. I think I'm looking a little bit more put together, although I have got my apron on. So, today, I just, as I've said to you a few times, I think I've given up on it. I had a lovely walk with Lola, came back, had a work phone call, and then got in the shower, got ready, did a few sort of admin bits that I needed to do, and then it was time to get in the car. And I actually had a work call while I was in the car on the way to watch Gus's football match, but it was lovely to be there and see him. His team won, and it was really good. And I think this time, when he's got matches on a Wednesday, I try to make them my priority, although I wasn't supposed to go today, it was going to be Simon, but actually I was so pleased that I put him first and being there. His little face lit up when he saw me and chatted all the way home. I actually taught him how to read a map book, although he said he knew how to read a map book, but we were talking about he said, "Where is Frome, mummy?" as in Frome in Somerset, and I said, right, let's get the map book out. So got the map book out and I taught him how to find Frome in the index, and then the page number and the grid references, and find it, and we talked about where it was and blah 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 blah. So we did that on the way home, and I am just cooking his supper and filming it for a recipe. And actually, I've got a phone call coming through as well, but that can wait a moment. I will call them back. So yeah, I'm filming a TikTok, and I'll probably put it on Instagram as well. So I'm just doing that. And yeah, we've got a meeting at Coco's school this evening, so I thought I'd feed Gussie quickly before we need to go and do that. And yeah, I just hope tomorrow's a bit better. Tomorrow I'm taking Hooch to school. Coco's got a show jumping lesson at school, so one of the reasons why she's gone to this school is she can ride, and she's part of their equestrian team, which is really, really lovely for her. And so Hooch is going for a lesson, and actually we know the instructor really well. We have known her for many years, so that is really lovely. I just have to work out exactly where I'm going with the trailer, and actually that's reminded me I need to attach the tow bar onto the Defender, because we've been advised not to leave it on unless we're using it. So I need to do that tonight. I want to do it tonight with Si, because I don't want to have to do it tomorrow on my own and get in a fluster. So that's reminded me to do that. Anyway, I am going to finish filming this, and I think chat to you tomorrow. But this is a green dress that I showed you last week. Hang on, I've got my apron on. This is a green dress, and I just put this little belt. This is a really old belt from Gap, but I just put it on, and I love this dress. I love it, and it's perfect for today, which is sort of slightly, like not hot at all, slightly cooler, but still very lovely. So anyway, I'm going to finish filming this, and I will see you all tomorrow. Literally, I'm not really sure what to say. Forgive the mess behind me. I've completely given up on this week. So I got up early. I got up extra early. Because I wanted to get my workout in before the school run. And it was a beautiful, beautiful morning. The sunset was so incredible. I actually went out to let the hens out and watch the sunrise, because it was just stunning. Absolutely stunning. And I said to myself, today is going to be a good day. I can feel it. It's going to be a good day. Everything's going to go really well. Positive attitude. So I get the children in the car. We get the bus. That's fine. I take a couple of children to school, to share school run. So they met us at the bus stop. That was fine. Drove everyone to school. Gus has got his new braces, and he's in a lot of pain, the poor boy, top and bottom, and he is producing loads of saliva. He's struggling to talk. He wore them obviously all night, but he woke up in agony, and I made him a sausage sandwich for breakfast. I shouldn't laugh. I'm not laughing at him. I'm laughing because if you don't laugh, you're going to cry, aren't you? So made him a sausage sandwich, and I just looked at him, look at this, like, how am I actually going to eat it? Everything in my mouth hurts right now. So anyway, he managed to eat a bit of his sausage sandwich, and we arrived at school, well, driving to school. I could see him welling up. He was in that much discomfort, and he was tired because he didn't sleep very well last night or the night before. The night before there were some weird noises outside his room, and that kept him awake. It kept us awake too, because he came in worried about the loud noises. Anyway, so I could see him, poor boy, in so much pain. He was welling up, and then the other two children got out of the car. They went into school, and he just looked at me and he was like, I can't do this, Mummy. I was like, you can. This is the worst bit, darling. It's the worst bit. It's going to be painful for a couple of days, but I promise you it will get better. Now, I had braces from the age of 12, 13 till I was 20, and then I had Invisalign in my 30s, so I know about teeth pain. I had headgear, I had train tracks, I had retainers, I've had every brace under the sun, so I do know, and I am very sympathetic. And I said, darling, you know, it will get better. I promise you, this is the worst bit. He was like, I've got such a bad headache. I gave him some Calpol, and I took him into school. I went in to see if there was a member of staff that I could just, that like might be his form teacher or matron or somebody, to just see, to say he's in loads of pain. I did see his matron yesterday at the football match, and I said, you know, he's got his braces and it's it's going to be a bit uncomfy. And she was like, I'll keep an eye on him, don't worry, it's fine, we understand. She was really sweet. So anyway, I didn't see anybody, and I left him and I gave him a big hug, and I said, you can do this, it's going to be fine, be brave. You know, once you're at tomorrow, it's going to be a whole lot better, I promise you, darling. Anyway, I left, and I'm driving home, and matron rang, and I thought it was about his teeth, but actually there was an incident in the classroom, and he got pushed over, and because he's in loads of pain, he's feeling more sensitive than normal. And I said, you know what, I'm just going to turn around and come and pick him up, because I can't bear the thought. Like, he was already wobbly this morning because he was in so much discomfort in his mouth, and I think mouth discomfort is one of the worst, isn't it? So I turned around, I was almost home. I was probably 7 or 8 minutes from home. It's quite a long school run. So I turned around and went and picked him up, and I didn't get home till 10 o'clock, having left at 7:10 this morning. And then I had a live, which I've just finished, with my dinner party course. And I ummed and ahed about cancelling it, rescheduling it, making it later, but I didn't want to do that because it's really unprofessional, and I just didn't want to do that. So I was like, we can do this. And then I pulled into the drive at home, and the B&Bs were waiting for me to come back to check out. And I met them last night, and they were the sweetest couple, 81 and 83 from the Netherlands, and they'd driven over to go on a trip down memory lane. And I actually love her. She is the coolest 81-year-old I've ever encountered. She looked about 65. Amazing lady. And she said, I said, what's the secret? And she said, a wonderful husband, good food and exercise and fresh air. That is my secret. And he looked incredible, and they were so lovely, but they were waiting for me. I didn't have time to talk, but I couldn't not, because that would be rude, and they were so lovely, and she was just gorgeous. So I spent 15 minutes talking to them on the drive. So this stage, it's 10:24 as I run upstairs to jump in the shower. Simon's not feeling very well, so he's at home today, and wanted to chat. I was like, Daddy, I'm really sorry, I've got a live in 35 minutes. I'm going to be showered, ready, and you know, cool, calm, collected with my notebook. He was like, wow, you're pushing it. I did it with 1 minute to spare. I don't think I've ever got showered, ready, blow dried. I did blemish to blow dry my hair and throw a bit of makeup on. I think I did my makeup in 1 minute, so that's pretty good going. So, what is going to happen today? Goodness only knows. I've got to take Coco's pony to school. I haven't actually done the horses yet this morning. They're still out. And actually the weather is fine. I was umming and ahhing whether just to leave them out today anyway. There's a bit of a breeze. The flies aren't too bad. And yeah, but he's a bit of a pickle to catch. So hopefully I don't have a problem catching him. I'm going to leave plenty of time. I've got to make him look lovely and gorgeous and, you know, clean. He's grey. So Santana's not ready to go out on expeditions like this yet. So this is why we have Hooch. So she'd have a lesson at school. She's got a competition coming up, and it will be the first time she's competing for the school. That's in a couple of weeks' time. So she's training with her team at school today for the first time. And yeah, so hopefully I get there with a pony. Because Coco's now so competent, I kind of leave her to do everything. And she will, you know, wash him, get him ready, load everything into the car, and I just help put the back of the ramp up and drive off. So I've just got to I'm going to actually write a list of everything that I need to do. Because she had her parents' tutor thing last night, we didn't get home till late. Otherwise I would have sent her up to the yard to get ready and get everything ready. We have a bag that we put everything into that just goes straight into the car. I would have got her to have put all of her things into the bag, and there wasn't time this morning. I mean, she has to get up pretty early as it is, that I couldn't send her up to the yard to do that. So I'm going to write myself a list, but I just hope that today goes slightly better. Poor Gus, he's okay. I haven't told you that, but he's okay. He's just a little bit sore, and he's now had some ibuprofen, and I think just a quiet, gentle day at home with some soup for lunch where he doesn't have to chew down on, you know, hard, chewy food. Just gentle food, love and kindness from Mummy. Luckily, Daddy's here, so he can look after him while I go to take Hooch to school for a lesson. And yeah, anyhow, tomorrow can only be better. It can. But we have to laugh about these things, otherwise if we cry then we just feel awful and it doesn't achieve anything. I mean, sometimes it's good to have a good cry and get it all out, isn't it? But then it always gives me a headache. So anyway, we're not crying because it's not that bad. It's all going to be fine. I don't think I've had a week this challenging. Like, it's nothing bad. It's just has not gone to plan at all. I've got a lot to do. Anyway, I'm going to quickly do a little bit of work for the next, I've got an hour and 15 minutes before I need to go and try and catch Hooch. I've said I'll go and get him then I've got plenty of time if I struggle to catch him and get him ready. And I haven't mucked out the fields, which I was going to do after the school run when I got back at about 8:30, 8:40 this morning, as opposed to 10 o'clock, and then get chatting to the B&Bs. But that's one thing that I do love about having the B&B, is I meet all sorts of incredible people, and I'm never going to forget them. They were just gorgeous, a gorgeous elderly couple, and yeah, anyway, I'm going to stop prattling on to you lot and go and do a little bit of work. I'm about to go up and get Hooch ready, but I thought I'd quickly talk to you about Bio-Kult. They kindly reached out and said, could they send me some? I jumped at the chance because Archie has had to have 2 hefty stints on antibiotics so far this year, which is not good. I avoid antibiotics like the plague. Archie, for those of you that don't know, is our eldest son. And the first time he had to go on antibiotics, he had an infected bite around his eye. And his eye was very, very swollen. We took him to eye hospital and they said he needed antibiotics. He also had a suspected Lyme's bite as well. So, you know, it's really, really important that we look after our gut and our microbiome. It is crucial for everything throughout our body. And Bio-Kult are a wonderful brand. We have got a paediatrician that he's looked after the children since they were babies, and this is a brand that he always recommends if you have to go on antibiotics. And as I mentioned, I avoid antibiotics like the plague, but sometimes, you know, you can't help it. You know, if there's an infection and your body isn't fighting it. Arch got a nasty infected cut on his leg this summer, and he had to have another stint on antibiotics. So he has got these. He is taking them every day to boost his immune system, to nurture his gut microbiome and get it really healthy and balanced again, so his body is working to its full potential. And Bio-Kult have so many different types of probiotics, so I will leave their website linked down below. Do take a look if you need something. They have special formula for children, for older people, for for different things. Go and take a look and head over. But if you want something for every day, just to boost your immune system, if you're not getting lots of fruit and veg and home cooked meals, then the everyday formula is one that I can highly recommend. And after our holiday in America, I wasn't eating very well. I wasn't, lots of meals out, lots of chips, lots of fast food, cookies, goodness knows what was consumed. Then just to get my microbiome back on track, I have been taking these as well. So they are wonderful and a really, really great brand that I highly can recommend. So linked down below for you, but I need to go and get this pony ready to head off. I'm here with Hooch, having done school school riding lesson. We got there, we did it, but boy, I honestly cannot tell you that I can't wait to see the back of this week. There has actually been tears, having said I don't like to put energy into tears. There's been tears. So I think I talked to you about the tow bar, that I wanted to get it on way, you know, ahead of time to make sure that there was no stressful moments. It's actually a bit midgy out here too, so I'm not sure I'm going to talk to you for very long. I've got my wheelbarrow and I'm about to muck out, which I was supposed to do this morning. But anyway, we lost the tow bar. We completely and utterly, oh, it's really midgy out here. Do you know what? I think I might abandon mucking out for tonight and do it tomorrow, because I don't want to get bitten alive. That would just be the icing on the cake, to be perfectly honest. But we lost the tow bar. We properly lost the tow bar. We looked for it for like 30 minutes, and then I called the garage and they explained where it should be, and it wasn't there. Anyway, the long and short of it is the 3 back seats are down at the moment. It's really midgy. I'm going to just walk and talk, and hopefully I don't get bitten at the same time. The 3 back seats are down at the moment, and it had got wedged down in between the second row of seats and the third row of seats that were folded forward. And I didn't think of looking in there. So it was pretty stressful, really stressful. And as I was driving with Hooch, I cried. I think it was just, tears just fell out of my eyes. And then Si called me, and he had some amazing news about Gus, something we've been waiting to hear for a little while, about his next school. And that made me cry even more, the happy tears. So I'm ending this week's video on a happy note. And I'm very proud of my boy. But do you know what? I really hope next week's better, because I can't deal with another week like this. Yeah, anyhow, thank you for sticking with me if you have. It's been terribly boring with me just coming on here and saying, oh my goodness. Anyhow. Next week can only be better, guys, and thank you for watching, thank you for tuning in. And I am not going to muck out the horses tonight. I'm going to retreat inside and edit this week's video so it can come out tomorrow, which I should have done this morning, but I hadn't even finished filming it. Anyway, I'm sorry. It's probably rambly and goodness knows what. Next week will be better, I absolutely promise. Lots of love and have a happy weekend, and I do hope that your week has been a lot better than mine. It hasn't been a disaster, it just hasn't really gone to plan at all, and I've got massively behind on all sorts of things, but do you know what? We can only do our best in life, can't we?